Welcome to NASDAQ Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at NASDAQ. Joining us is Aiken Sawyer. He's a strategy and governance with Decred to discuss governance on the blockchain to build a fairer financial system for all. Aiken, it's great to have you back with us on Trade Talks. And there's some big news with Decred, the imminent launch of the decentralized exchange.
Yes, it's great to be back with you guys. Yes, we've been working tirelessly for quite a while on a decentralized exchange. One of the issues and problems we found in the blockchain space is it's really difficult to exchange between tokens without leveraging centralized exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken and Binance, some of the larger exchanges. And we think that, based on the ethos of what blockchain is built on, which is permissionless exchange, that there needs to be a permissionless way for people to exchange tokens and exchange value. And that's part of the impetus of building out a decentralized exchange, a DEX, that will be truly permissionless. There'll be no intermediaries. Anyone can kind of spin up and get on board and exchange value without any additional cost or middleman in between.
All right, and that brings up the next question, of course, is governance in the blockchain space. How do you plan to maintain that?
Yeah, so I mean, Decred is really built on the ethos of having a very strong governance framework. And within Decred, the users govern the system. Part of what we discussed previously when I was on board is this idea of the unique hybrid system that we have at Decred, which also includes a treasury, right, that funds all our operations. And so even everything from the DEX to everything we've built and developed in Decred was actually put out through proposals that token holders got to vote on. So our governance system will remain the same. We'll still govern ourselves the same way we always had. It's turned out to be very valuable, particularly in this environment with COVID, where we have an exchange, we have a source of funding that's always going to be there. And so we didn't, we had no missteps at all. We continued to kind of push through, and our governance framework has shown to be pretty resilient.
And this also lends to open access to financial services for all, which I think is what's really attractive about looking at these newer exchanges.
Exactly, right? So the DEX is this idea that, people shouldn't be, having to go through permissioned systems to be able to engage in the financial system, right? Today, if you go through any of the intermediary exchanges, you can be blocked for whatever reasons, right? So part of the impetus of the DEX is having this essential open market where anyone, anywhere who has access to the internet can actually get on and exchange value. And we think that's really important as a foundation to building financial services, because beyond exchange, as we're seeing with what's going on in the DeFi space, there's a lot of innovation around financial tools, new savings tools, new lending platforms. And we think that all those things need to be built on a base of an open financial system, right? So our DEX will be really just one step in a much broader and long-term view into ensuring that other products, other financial tools are built in an open framework.
And I think it's a great point that you had made with what we're going through COVID-19. I think some of the lessons that we're learning is resources need to be democratized for all, and blockchain networks, I think, will continue to thrive on the other side for that reason.
Yes, you're right. And I think, the other thing too is the fact that, we're built on an open and a permissionless system where, regardless of where you are in the world, you can engage with Decred. So we've always been basically like a work at home network. And so, the COVID environment now, we're seeing like even companies like Twitter beginning to offer up work from home. We've been there, I think, in the broader ecosystem. It's been a decentralized system, decentralized workplace. And so I think that's, we've held pretty well through this pandemic. And we think that as we go into the future, as people think of the future of work, they might start thinking about decentralized networks, not just for the tools we're building that enable that, but also from the culture and what we've learned and how to actually run a decentralized organization. So we think we have a lot to offer the broader financial and the broader economic community.
All right, Aiken, thank you so much, as always, for joining me on Trade Talks.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at NASDAQ.